everyone, it's Megan here from Megan Makes Do, and today I'm going to show you how to work the herringbone double crochet stitch. For this tutorial, you're going to need some yarn. Today we're using the cotton from We Are Knitters, and you're going to need a size G 4.25mm crochet hook as well as 2 stitch markers. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off by making a slip knot and putting that onto our hook. And then for herringbone double crochet, you can really crochet whatever number of stitches you'd like. But for this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain 12 to start. Okay, so now that we have 12 chains on, we're going to count to the 4th chain from the hook, and that's where we're going to start our herringbone double crochet. So we yarn over and draw up a loop, and then we're going to bring that same loop through the first loop on our hook. We're going to yarn over, draw through 1, yarn over, draw through 2. So that's our first herringbone double crochet, and this chain 3 counts as our first stitch. And what I like to do is stick a stitch marker into the top of that chain 3 so I don't forget it when I go back doing the second row. So we'll just continue on. We yarn over, insert our hook in the next stitch, draw up a loop, then draw that loop through the first loop on our hook, yarn over, draw through 1, yarn over, draw through 2. And again, yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, and then draw that loop through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, draw through 1, yarn over, draw through 2. Then we're just going to keep doing that. We'll yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over and draw up a loop, draw that loop through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, draw through 1, yarn over, draw through 2. And we're just going to continue to repeat that same stitch into each chain going all the way across. Okay, so that's the end of our first row. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. This will count as our first stitch. We turn our work, and since that chain 3 counts as our first stitch, we're not going to work into that one. We're going to work into the very next one. And we're going to continue on using the herringbone half double crochet or double crochet. Oops, I think I made a half double crochet there. But again, I like to slip a stitch marker into the top of the chain 3 so I know where to end my row. And then again, working herringbone double crochet, I will yarn over, insert my hook into the stitch, yarn over, and draw that loop through the first loop on my hook, like that, and then yarn over and draw through 1, and yarn over and draw through 2. And we're going to do that all the way across our row. Okay, so our very last stitch is going to be worked into the top of that chain 3. So that's why I feel like it helps to have that stitch marker there so I don't forget to work into it. And also, sometimes it makes it easier to get my hook into that chain. If I'm having trouble, sometimes I'll go through that back bump instead and then push my hook through. So once my hook is in, I'll take my stitch marker out and then go ahead and finish my herringbone double crochet stitch. And then again, we're going to be working our next row by chaining 3 and turning our work. And remember, we skipped the first stitch because the chain 3 counts as that first stitch in our row. And then we just continue on working herringbone double crochet all the way across. So once you get the hang of the herringbone double crochet, it's actually very easy to do. It can be used for a lot of different crochet items. I think it's great for washcloths, tea towels, sweaters, baskets, really whatever you want to make. It would be a great thing to use a chunky yarn and make a blanket out of it. It gives a really nice textured stitch, and I love that it's also reversible as well. So here we are, we're at the end of our row, and again we're working that last stitch into the top of that chain 3. Now alternatively, if you'd like, you can also just do a chain 2, and that would also count as your very first stitch in each one of your rows. So there we have 3 rows of herringbone double crochet done, and you can start to see what the beautiful texture is that we have using this awesome stitch.
Joe, are you just going to I'm going to